yo. So something just happened. I got my first client. After 2 weeks of learning AI, sending proposals, getting rejected, someone finally said yes. And honestly, it didn't happen the way I expected. Let me break down exactly what went down, how much I'm getting paid, and what I learned. This is the week to update. Let's get into it. Alright, quick recap. Week 1, I spent learning ChatGPT, building a portfolio, and sending proposals on Upwork, made $0. Week 2, my goal was simple. Get one paying client, make $100, and dude, it finally happened. Not from Upwork though, not from where I expected at all. If you're new here, I'm documenting my journey building an AI business from $0. Real results, no BS. Hit subscribe if you're into that. All right, let me tell you the story. The breakthrough day 8 and 9, still nothing. I started the week still sending proposals on Upwork, sent like 8 more, got 2 responses. One was asking if I could do it for $5. $5. I'm like, nah, I'm good. The other one just ghosted me after I sent my rates. Honestly, I was getting frustrated. I was starting to think maybe Upwork isn't the move. Then, day 10, Reddit pays off. Remember last week I mentioned trying Reddit? Specifically, the small business subreddit, so I kept participating there. Not spamming, just genuinely helping people when they asked questions. On day 10, someone posted, I need content for my website, but can't afford an agency. Any suggestions? I replied with actual advice. I told them about free tools, how to structure content, and some ChatGPT tips. I didn't even pitch my services. I just tried to be helpful. 2 hours later, I get a message. It's that person. They're like, hey, I saw your advice. You seem to know what you're doing. Would you be interested in writing some blog posts for my business? Dude, I almost didn't believe it. We started talking. They run a small consulting business and need 4 blog posts per month. I quoted $125 per post. Honestly, I was nervous they'd say it was too much. They said yes. Just like that. My first client, $500 a month. So, day 11 through 14, I spent working on the first blog post. And yo, this is where I learned the difference between practice and real work. When I was just making sample content for my portfolio, there was no pressure. I could experiment, mess up, redo it. But now someone's paying me. They have expectations. They need it to be good. That first draft took me like 6 hours. I used ChatGPT but heavily edited everything. I added research, made sure it sounded natural, and checked the facts. I sent it to them yesterday. They loved it. Said it was exactly what they needed. So, what did I actually learn from landing this first big client? It's more than just the money, trust me. Lesson 1, value over price. This is huge. On platforms like Upwork, it feels like a race to the bottom. Everyone screaming, "I'll do it for $10. Now I'll do it for 5. It's a total price war. But on Reddit, I took a different approach. I competed on value. I found someone with a problem, and I helped them for free, right there in the comments. I just showed them that I knew what I was talking about. So when we moved to DMs and I told them my rate was $125 for a blog post, they didn't even blink. They didn't care about the price. They cared that I had already proven I could solve their problem. That's a massive mindset shift. Lesson 2. Community is everything. Think about it. I got this client because I was an active member of a community. I wasn't just another freelancer spamming my portfolio link. I was there participating, helping people, and adding value without asking for anything in return. That's how you build genuine trust. Be useful first, and the sales will follow. Don't just be a seller, be a resource. Lesson 3. AI is a tool, not the product. A lot of people are scared of AI, or they think it's a magic button. It's neither. My client doesn't care that I use ChatGPT to help me outline or draft. They care about the final result. The blog post has to be insightful, well written, and actually solve a problem for their audience. It needs to sound human. ChatGPT helps me get there faster and more efficiently. But I'm the one who provides the strategy, the expertise, and the final polish. I'm the one making it valuable. Never forget that. You are the professional, AI is your assistant. And lesson 4, imposter syndrome doesn't just disappear. Oh man, even after I got the client and they agreed to the price, I was so nervous. My brain was going, what if they hate my work? What if I'm not actually good enough for this? What if they realize I'm a fraud? It's a real feeling. But you know what? You just have to push through it, acknowledge the fear, and then get to work. Do the absolute best job you can and trust that your best is enough. Because in my case, it was, they loved the first article. All right, let's talk about the part you're probably waiting for. The money. What did I actually make? In week 2 of this journey, my earnings were $125. That's for the first blog post that I delivered and they approved. Now, the full contract is for $500 a month. They'll pay me another $375 over the next few weeks for the other 3 posts. Is $500 a month life-changing money? No, of course not. But listen, 2 weeks ago I had 0 clients and $0. Now I have recurring monthly revenue. This is concrete proof that the process works. It's validation, and more importantly than the money itself, it's a massive confidence boost. It proves that I can do this. So, what am I doing with that first $125? Am I going out to celebrate? No. I'm reinvesting every single penny back into the business. The first thing I did was upgrade my free ChatGPT account to ChatGPT Plus. Next on the list is getting Grammarly Premium to make my editing even tighter. I'm also looking into other paid tools that can make my workflow more efficient and the final product even better for my clients. The goal right now isn't to spend the money. It's to use it as fuel to grow. This is just the beginning. So there you have it, the full story of my first client. I hope this was helpful and maybe even a little. All right, let's talk about the plan for week 3. Here's what's coming up next. The big goal is to get 2 more clients and finally hit that $1,000 in monthly recurring revenue. That's the target. So, from day 15 to day 17, the focus is to keep delivering for my current client. I need to keep them happy and over-deliver on the work. And during that time, I've got to get that testimonial. A good testimonial is going to be absolute gold for attracting more clients. It's social proof, right? Then, from day 18 to 20, I'm going to double down on what's working. Reddit. I'll keep engaging, keep providing value. But I'm also going to start being active on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I've seen so many people get clients there just by sharing their journey and documenting the process. So I'm going to give that a shot. Build in public, you know. And on day 21, I'm thinking of trying something new. I'm going to try offering a different AI service. Right now it's content creation, but maybe I'll branch into email marketing using ChatGPT. I want to see if there's demand for that and if it's something I can add to my service list. Now, I'm also going to do something a little scary this week. I'm going to ask my current client for a referral. I'll probably say something like, "Hey, I hope you're happy with the work so far. If you are, do you happen to know anyone else in your network who might need help with their content?" I'm genuinely nervous about it. I really don't want to come across as pushy or desperate, but I have to remind myself the worst they can say is no, right? And if they say yes, that's a warm lead. So I've got to push past that fear and just ask. Now, for those of you who are trying to do something similar, I want to share a few pieces of advice from what I've learned so far. First, stop competing on price. Seriously, it's a race to the bottom that you will not win, and it just gets you nowhere. You end up with low-quality clients and you burn out. Instead, provide value first. Help people out for free in communities. Answer questions. Show them that you actually know what you're doing. Once they see your expertise and trust you, they'll be willing to pay you. Second, use AI as a tool, not as a crutch. It's there to make you faster and more efficient, not to make you lazy. You still have to do the work. You still have to strategize, edit, and add your own human touch. The AI is your assistant, not your replacement. And most importantly, please don't give up after week 1. I almost did. I was so close to quitting. Week 2 is when things finally started to click for me. This stuff takes time. You have to be patient and consistent. Give it time to work. And look, let's be real. I'm not some expert now. I'm not a guru. I literally just got my first client a few days ago. I am still figuring all of this out, step by step, right alongside you. But that's the whole point of this journey. We're learning and growing together. And if I can do it, starting from zero, then honestly, I believe anyone can. First client secured. First $125 made. And honestly, I am more motivated than I have ever been. This little bit of progress just fuels the fire. If you're following this journey and getting some value from it, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And subscribe if you haven't yet, because week 3 is all about scaling. I'm going after more clients and aiming for that $1,000 MRR goal. Drop a comment below and let me know, are you building something too? What's your biggest challenge right now? Let's talk about it and help each other out in the comments. And hey, I'm also posting daily shorts with quick tips and updates on my progress. So follow me there for the day-to-day stuff. All right, week 3 starts now. Let's keep this momentum going. Let's get it. Peace.